one way forward. Kill them all!
What up, guys, girls, moms, and dads? It is Hectic coming at you from the Grind Esports, bringing you a video review over Spartacus Legends, the video game based off of the infamous TV show Spartacus. Shout out to all my Season 1 fans out there. Best season. Anyway, this is a great game. I'm surprised to say it is not just a TV gimmicky show. I highly encourage everyone to go out and get it, but I will be bringing you the good, the bad, and the ugly. That way you guys can make an informed choice over whether or not to, free up some space on your hard drive to download this game. With that said, let's jump right into it. This game is about getting your gladiator and fucking shit up. That's it. There's no plot line, there's no story, really. You just go around, you get more gladiators, and you kill other gladiators, and you get money, and you level up your gladiators through different equipment and armor. And that really is the gist of it. It's similar to Street Fighter in terms of the combat style. It's not like that overhead third-person type of game. It's, just like Street Fighter, any other game that, Guilty Gear, whatever you want to liken it to. So that's the basic, bare bones of the game, but there is a lot of depth behind these basic mechanics. For instance, I really enjoyed the wide weapon variety. So there's a lot of weapons, man. There's a trident, there's a two-handed sword, so you have to hold it with two hands. There's a sword and a shield. There's dual wielding swords. There's dual daggers. There's a hammer. There's a trident. I might have already said that, but it doesn't matter because the weapons are awesome. Each one has its own unique flavor and style to it. And you get it, the bots normally have them, so you can kind of play against the bots, and then they'll, you can get a good feel for how that style of play is. Like a trident has really long range, while using daggers you have to get really up close, and it's very balanced too. I never really found one class to kind of dominate every other class, which is good. That's hard to do when you have all these different styles and classes. Typically one tends to shine over the other one. The other aspect of this game that I really enjoyed was the fact that this game is free to play. Now, don't get me wrong, there are definitely a lot of flaws with this game, but one thing that I think they did right was make this game free to play. Makes it unique, it makes it innovative. They're doing something that no one else has really done on the Xbox side of things by making the game free to play right out of the gate, which again is just so cool, and I applaud them for doing that. And they also give you a lot of incentive to, spend money on other stuff, right? Buying characters, buying armor. So they have a nice balance, but you don't need to spend a dime. You can just beat the whole game if you want without spending anything, which is so cool. I love that. Also, tons of content in terms of armor and stuff that you can put on your character, and the executions and the perks. Like, there's perks for your gladiator, and it's so cool. It's so awesome to see, this really just kind of this fighter that kind of came out of the blue and has this. It's completely innovative and unique in terms of, you get perks, and your gladiator can actually die, and the fact that you can put all this different armor and can customize them to your heart's content in terms of armor. So that's what I really enjoy. And by the way, I cannot stress enough, the fact that your gladiator can die is so much fun. It makes games so intense, and I really just had a ton of fun. I got really attached to my characters, and I got really pissed off when they died, and that's good. You want to get attached. You want to get pissed off when they die, and I did. I had my dude Hodor. Man, he was going in. He was like on a 7-win streak. He was killing everyone, and then he got hit. I mismanaged him a little bit, and he died, and I got really frustrated. Now, I did get to put his equipment on a new gladiator, which was fine, but you get attached, and it's something that's really cool, especially in a game that does not have a plot or a storyline. I enjoy the fact that they made it so you kind of, you got brought into the experience a little more. Also, the fact that you can play against other characters from the TV show, like Enemeus. You can play as Spartacus at some stage. You can also, there's like the Spartan guy with the huge helmet. I always loved him. He's in there too. So that's just stuff that I really enjoyed about the game. There's many bosses that you'll recognize as well. Now, that's all the stuff that I really like. Okay, this review is not all sunshines and roses. There's a lot of bad. there is some serious flaws that need to be addressed, and I don't know if they're going to be able to, because they kind of put themselves in this loop where I don't know if this game is going to be able to take off or anything, and I will explain why. First of all, and this is the biggest flaw with this game. I swear, this is the biggest, hugest flaw ever. Now, when you look at the game's currency system, okay, you have to follow me along on this stream of thought here. You have silver, which you win through killing other gladiators, right? So you don't buy silver off of the marketplace. The only thing that you buy off the marketplace is gold. So 400 Microsoft points equals 50 gold, okay? Sounds simple enough. Two forms of currency: silver, gold. Gold you pay with Microsoft points. Gold allows you to buy stuff that's, super high level that you normally wouldn't have access to. Now, you unlock everything as you go along the game, but gold can get you there quicker. So, that all sounds fine and good. However, everything costs like 2 to 3 gold, right? So all the cool stuff that's like later on in the game, if you want it now, costs like 2 to 3 gold. If you want to buy like Enemeus, he costs like 2 to 3 gold. So I wanted to buy Enemeus, man. He's a cool character, man. I wanted to use him, and I wanted to kill everybody. However, I go to the, store, and the option is 50 gold, 200 gold, and then like 2,000 gold. That is not okay. Because 50 gold, you can buy like everything in the game with 50 gold. I mean, everything costs like 2 to 3 gold already if you haven't unlocked it yet. And then, I mean, it's just ridiculous. 50 gold, I can buy everything. That is, and I don't think that the developers are going to make any money off of this system. Maybe if they had the currency system set up so you could buy how many ever coins you wanted to, but again, that might be on Microsoft's end as well. They can only do it in certain, increments. So, but I don't think that this game is going to make a lot of money straight up because of that one reason alone. I mean, I can see tons of people downloading it, but who needs 50 gold, man? You could buy everything. There's just no point to do that. And, especially if people are trying to save money. So that's the big no-no in my book. That's just my personal opinion. Some people may love that. This is kind of my own personal opinion, that I don't like that aspect. You may feel differently, and that's okay. I completely respect, having a game completely free to play and not having to spend anything to beat it. That's huge. And, I understand the appeal to that. But again, I am all for developer support. If they want to fix the problems in the game, if they want to create a better Spartacus, they need money to do that. In order to get money, they need to have, the game that they sell right now needs to be able to make a profit. And in order for it to make a profit, the currency system, if they use this free-to-play model in the future, needs to be on point. And it's not. So, with that said, other things that I really did not like. The fact that there's no plot, that is, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. There's no storyline. So you go in and you get your gladiator, and then you just go around and you kill people, and that's cool. Except it just gets really repetitive. The grind, no pun intended, it gets really repetitive, and no one wants to do that. No one wants to sit around and do the same thing for hours and hours and hours and hours. If you're trying to get people addicted to your game, you need to offer them something more than different weapons, and different armor. So that's one aspect of the game I thought kind of was like a big flaw. I think maybe they just didn't have time for a campaign, and maybe it would have felt too gimmicky if they had one. I don't know what the thought process was, but if you're not going to have a campaign, man, at least make the gameplay more engaging and less repetitive, because at the moment it is very repetitive. Also, the combat is not deep enough. If the combat was deep enough, the game wouldn't feel as repetitive. However, the combat is not. The combat system, which is the lifeblood of any game, is somewhat basic. And I say this because, one, I'm playing against, when I'm playing against the boss and stuff, I'm trying to learn all the combos that they have, and I'm feeling really, really good and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden this boss starts button mashing me, and I don't mean just slamming all the buttons on a controller. I mean he's singularly pushing one button to kill me over and over and over again. So I learned very quickly that all I had to do was push one button over and over again to win a fight. There is definitely one button to rule them all in this game. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. You can figure it out on your own pretty quickly. but it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense that I learned how to do that from a bot. A bot should not be button mashing me and pushing the same button over and over again just to kill me. I mean, if anything, you know, they should be emphasizing the stronger aspects of the game, not the weaker ones. And so I learned how to do that from the AI itself. That's not okay. That's a flaw that I think definitely needs to be resolved. Also, matchmaking, not good. Matchmaking is not good. I can't play against my friends. I can't 1v1 my friends. I do not like that. I like to 1v1 my friends. I wanted to bring them in. I wanted to show my gladiator. I wanted to be like, yo, what's up? And, you know, you can have some serious high-stakes matches, you know, because your gladiator can die in matchmaking. Die in the campaign, too, but he can die in matchmaking, and that's crazy, because then it's like these matches get really intense. And why can't you play against your friends, man? I don't get it. So, it's something that definitely, I wish they could put that in. I understand, you know, there are time constraints and money problems. Everyone's got them. So, it's something they probably couldn't implement. But at the moment, all there is quick match and queuing up for ranked match as well. And that's not okay. Especially when the servers themselves are really bad. Connections are really laggy. That may be just me. Because I'm, you know, I don't know, my connection's really, really good. But in fighting games, you know, connection may mean a lot more because you have to be really precise, and, you know, you're trying to hit, you know, really quick combos, and if you even are off on your timing a little bit, you feel it really hard. So maybe that's just on my end, but I did not like the servers in the game at all. Also, the difficulty level in this game is somewhat weird to me. I don't feel like the difficulty level scales appropriately. It's like they throw you into the game, they don't really give you much of a tutorial besides A, B, X, Y, and like how to roll. But they throw you in, and you're playing against really easy like bots, right? And that's fine. You're playing the story or the campaign, if you even want to call it a campaign. And you know, you're going along, and then all of a sudden you fight the boss, and the boss is like this. The boss just ruins you. And you may be sitting there thinking, okay, well, Hectic, the boss is supposed to be really hard, stupid. Here's the problem, good sir, is that the boss should not be as powerful as the 5th or 6th boss. That first boss, you should not be that hard. That's the equivalent of getting a little kid and putting him in the kiddie pool and then being like, okay, son, now we're going to throw you into the deep end. Oh, I'm sorry, now you have to do somersaults off of the diving board and go into the deep end and learn how to swim on your own. Peace out. That's not okay. I disagree with that logic entirely. The AI should scale appropriately. The first boss should not be as hard as like the 5th or 6th one, and that's screwed up to me. So, especially when your gladiators can die. If your gladiators can die, man, then like, you know, the progression system, that needs to be tight. That needs to be, you know, well organized. Like, developers, they should be on point with something like that. They shouldn't have these really, really easy guys, you know, that you're fighting, and then all of a sudden you fight this dude who, you know, ruins you 80 times in a row, and it's like, you know, it completely discourages people from playing the game, especially when the tutorials do not give enough information. I found myself going online having to learn how to, like, dodge, you know, an attack, like how to quick dodge an attack or break a grab, which is not in any of the tutorials that I could find at any rate. And bots were doing that to me non-stop. So I don't understand why that's not in a tutorial and why I'm having to Google that. That should not be in a game. I don't care if it's an arcade game. I don't care if I'm playing, you know, Aegis Wing. You know, what I need to know should be in the game. It should not be online where other people are having the same problems. With that said, that's pretty much everything about the game in a nutshell, guys. I really hope you pick this up. Yes, there are some glaring flaws. Yes, they need to be addressed. However, do not let that discourage you from having an awesome experience playing this game. The depth and the innovativeness of a game like this, especially, and it's not a gimmick either. This is, you know, a legitimate game based off of an amazing TV show. So again, I'd encourage you guys to pick it up. This has been my review of Spartacus Legends, and I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10.